guys, welcome back to Fiona's Universe, or welcome if you're new. This vlog is actually going to be the first NaNoWriMo vlog. I can't believe the time has already come. Let me sit down so I don't have to keep holding the camera up. Okay, so this is going to be the first week of NaNoWriMo. Currently, today is October 31st. It's Halloween. Happy Halloween. I guess that will have already passed by the time you see this video, but whatever. I hope you had a fun Halloween. And anyway, that means tomorrow's NaNoWriMo. I am extremely unprepared. Like, whoa. The book I'm about to write for the next month and hopefully finish is one that I have not touched since July at best. Perhaps August once on the train ride to New York. Make sure to watch that vlog. But beyond that, nothing. So with that being said, there is much to do today and in the coming days in preparation for the next month of my life. And guys, tomorrow, the first day of NaNoWriMo, the first day of November, I actually have to work. So that's been super demotivating for me actually. But I have to remember last year I completed NaNoWriMo and I didn't start till day 5. So like technically it's possible even if you miss a couple days, which I probably will. But I'm not gonna try to. I don't exactly know how many words I'm actually aiming for, so that's something we really need to establish today in the whole NaNoWriMo scheme of things. But like, I have my leaderboard that you guys can join throughout this month, keep up with my progress and other people's and your own. So yeah, have fun with that. But I don't know how many words I'm aiming for, and I am doing like a word-based goal, but it's just gonna be to like finish the book. Right now I think I'm at about 37 or 36,000 words in the draft, and I want it to be anywhere from 75,000 to 90,000 words. So that's a big range, and I'm gonna let it kind of happen naturally. Like once I finish the book, I'll have finished NaNoWriMo. I'll just keep doing like book-related work for the rest of the month. If one comes before the other, that's okay. You know what I mean? But I need to establish at least a rough word goal so that I know how many words to write every day. But yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing today. Tomorrow I'm scared, but yeah, we're doing the first 7 days of NaNoWriMo and probably the last 7 days of NaNoWriMo. That's what I'm gonna vlog for you guys, unless something interesting happens in between that I will include in each of these vlogs. But yeah, just like last year, that's what we're doing. Okay, so if I choose to set the goal for NaNoWriMo at 75,000 words, which is what the first draft of book 1 below was, I need to write roughly 1.2k every day. So that's actually really achievable for me, I think, because regular NaNoWriMo is 1.6k roughly. So I think 1.2k is honestly kind of perfect. And obviously we might have to go a little bit above or even below that like final word count, but I think for the daily word count that looks pretty good to me. Also, I wanted to do a little bit of an introduction here. I do have a whole video on below, which is book 1, and it kind of summarizes a little bit of the series and what the vibes are of that. But most of my videos these days are about the project / trilogy, which is what we are writing for NaNoWriMo. We are writing book 2. You guys might have seen me lately revising book 1. It is now on to draft 4, so I haven't actually worked on anything for draft 4 yet other than some rough notes, but I had a huge beta reading experience and it was wonderful, very enlightening and fun and emotional. So yeah, that was amazing. And going into above now, I feel like I have an even more critical eye, and I would love to get a lot of revisions done on above before going into NaNoWriMo, but I think I'm gonna stay true to the heart of the messy first draft, I guess, even though I try and make my first drafts not messy because it stresses me out. I know that where above is at right now, it's a bit of a not a mess, but there are things missing that I wish weren't missing, and there are inconsistencies with book 1. So all of those things I have record of, but they're just not implemented into the draft yet, which is bothering me. But regardless of all that, I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about book 2 without spoiling anything. So we start off immediately after book 1. So if you have beta read or alpha read for me lately, you know, and finished the book that is, whereabouts that is. We're on top of a skyscraper. Stuff happens immediately, kicking off in above, and we're sort of forced off that skyscraper and into hiding. And there's a lot of sort of being on the run in this book. There's a lot of like death in this book and the impacts of that. There's a lot of obviously dystopian themes, and I don't know, there's a lot of nature in it, which is fun and different because a lot of like below takes place in the city itself, and now we get to explore a whole nother setting, which is really fun. There's a lot more also friendship and character development of some of my side characters in this book because there's a lot more room to explore them, which is really, really exciting. And of course, there is a lot of romance stuff that happens because I cannot have, the most perfect relationship. It has to be an arc, you know what I mean? So in book 1, there is a little bit of a shattered trust betrayal situation that is sort of remedied by the end, but that kind of translates into book 2, and then the trust is eventually earned back and then once again shattered. So we have a lot of ups and downs for their dynamic, June and Lord's dynamic, that is. So yeah, that's gonna be a lot of fun. And I've already written a lot of this stuff. There are also a lot of reveals I've already written that I want to elaborate on and revisit and stuff. So who knows, maybe adding some of those scenes will be a part of my NaNoWriMo writing word counts for the day, but I don't know. Also, side note, guys, I've been starting to use like Korean skincare, and I am obsessed with the way my skin looks. I'm obsessed with the way it looks. I obviously still have some like acne and texture, but like that's something I'm working on sort of improving for myself because it's something new for me, but that's totally fine. I'm just loving the glow. I have never felt this way about my skin. I do have makeup on, but like, oh my gosh. Anyway, guys. Anyway, I hope you liked my fit check earlier. That was kind of fun and different for me. But yeah, I'm going to celebrate Halloween a little bit today. Not like anything crazy, but I don't have a costume, really. I was gonna be Toothless from How to Train Your Dragon, but I decided not to go out for Halloween, so I'm not being that anymore, and we're just gonna see what the day holds. Hopefully some candy. If you're Canadian, you know that this day probably holds memories of your childhood and the song Say Halloween playing over and over and over again inside of your brain. Good morning, friends. Today is NaNoWriMo Day 1, November 1st, and I think besides last year when I was literally hurling on November 1st, this is definitely the most interesting situation I'm in on NaNoWriMo Day 1. It's a rough position where I haven't written the manuscript that I'm doing for this challenge since probably July. Like, seriously though, probably since May. Like, I was writing every day in May for a while and kind of doing a NaNoWriMo type thing to write the beginning of this book up until where I'm at now. So guys, that's where we're at. Beyond that, I have to work for 8.5 hours today. So that's a fun challenge because I always did do NaNoWriMo like in high school where I would go to work all day or go to school all day, sorry, for like 6 hours or whatever school is. And then I would go to work at night, like 4 to 8 at best. Literally 4 to 8 at best. That's 4 hours. That's not a long shift. My camera's having a really hard time focusing on me right now. It's like going in and out, in and out. I put on cinematic mode and now it looks kind of cute, so we're gonna keep it. But I just wanted to kind of share where I'm at with you guys today, and also so I can look back on this, hopefully at the end of NaNoWriMo and feel better about the position I'm in, because I am worried, to be quite honest with you. I am worried about this book and I'm worried about this whole month. I always have a hard time adjusting to the idea that this is a very community-based time, but also a very lonely time for writers because, well, for me at least, I just feel like I have this extra layer of not stress, but just like discipline in my life, in my day-to-day life with the writing. And I already have a lot of discipline implemented into every area of my life. For example, YouTube. Like, I don't really know what people like that don't do YouTube expect, but like personally, I am very lucky to be in the like monetization AdSense program, but like I don't even make as much in a month as I make in an hour at my part-time job. So like it's not the motivator whatsoever. Like I do this because I love it and because I would like for it to be a career one day, but it's not at that point yet, so I have to have a lot of discipline, you know what I mean? And then same with schools, like I'm really out of touch with school, and I have been pretty much this whole degree, so I need to really push myself to do it. Sorry if you hear my cat in the litter box. Regardless, I find that I have to be a very self-motivated human being, and NaNoWriMo is one of those times where I get to flex those muscles to the max. And lately I have been really disciplined. Like if you guys have been following along, I've been revising Below, which is book 1, the book we wrote last NaNoWriMo, which I also need to talk to you guys about. I have been really like waking up and doing that like as part of my day when I also am doing my schoolwork. So I'm proud, but I'm also a little burnt out. So I don't know. We're gonna see what happens with today. I do need to get on it though, because I have to leave for work at around 1:30. I think it's like 11 now, so doesn't leave me a whole lot of time. One more thing I wanted to say before we probably just do a little bit of like a more simplified version of filming today. Like I'll probably just like show you guys where I'm at before and then after writing. But I did go back and rewatch like the first episode of NaNoWriMo from last year from myself, and it's cool to see how much my videos have come like a long way. I don't know how to word that, how far they've come, and then also how much I've like developed since last year. I feel like I'm a different person and my writing has changed a lot, and it's also cool because it's still the series I'm working on with this NaNoWriMo a year later, so I'm really happy. And I can't believe that I was debating between 2 books for last year's NaNoWriMo. Like I almost went and wrote the second book of the Nameless series. I can't imagine how much of a different place we'd be in now if I had chosen to make that decision. So I think it's safe to say I'm happy I chose Below last year, and then I'm super happy I'm choosing Above this year. It just makes sense. It's the book of my soul. I love it so much. Something super exciting is also happening today, and it's a huge surprise to me. Like I knew it was happening, but I did not know it was happening today. I was thinking it would be like 2 weeks from now. So I'm not going to tell you guys what that is because it will be its own video, but I have a feeling like it's something that's coming in my mail, and I feel like it's gonna come when I'm at work. So that's making me really mad, but it's fine. It's fine. It's still a motivator, and I know I can do this, and I'm terrified. I'm so terrified. And I don't think I've ever been so terrified and like daunted by NaNoWriMo, and it's because I haven't written like to draft a manuscript since June or July. Like hardcore probably since May. I'm not gonna repeat that again, but like I'm terrified. Okay, time to go feed my cats and then get into it. All right, guys, here's where we're at as of right now on the track bear leaderboard, whatever the I'm feeling physical nerves, if you can't tell. Yeah. But basically I have this tracker. I actually haven't written that many words, but I'll take it, you know. I'll take it for today. That's just how many I hadn't like inputted since the last time I worked on this. I don't know. This goal has been going on for quite a while if you look. Like I started it back in I guess around June 1st. So that's crazy. But then I have my leaderboard, and this is the one I created. Thank you to Henry for helping me figure out how to do this, because I was a mess essentially. So you guys can still join if you're interested, but it says I've written 876 words. I have not, but I'm gonna take it for today. I fear I do need that sort of boost today. And guys, I'm sorry about the lighting. I can't turn on the big light because one of the bulbs is flickering. I feel like that would be worse in terms of video quality. So we're just gonna be in the cave for today. I'm just gonna dive right in. I've already posted a couple Instagram stories. I've done my little, dilly-dallying. It's time to just start. I don't know where I'm at. They're in the woods. Moth and June just talked. Are they still talking? I don't know. Oh god, I don't want to do this. Okay guys, I've been working away for a while, and tell me why this website sucks. I am not afraid to be honest with you guys, and Trackberries is not it for me. I am struggling so much to get it to understand what I'm saying. Like, it is so freaking frustrating. I cannot just get it to accept that I've written 37,000 of the words. It keeps going negative 36,000 plus 75,000. What do you mean? Listen to me. And I have all the settings right. Like, I have it set as total for the project as of November 1st, and it will not listen to me. It keeps adding them on. They have a lot of work to do this website. I am so mad. I'm gonna have to delete the project from my history and the goal and restart because it's just a mess. It will not tell me how many words I need. And that's so important. Figured out the problem, and it's that the goal does not understand that I already had 36,000 whatever words. So I had to set it to the number of words I actually need to reach 75,000 words instead of setting it to 75,000 words, if that makes sense. I'm gonna stop talking about this though, because it's honestly really pissing me off, but I at least have the right pace that I need now to hit the goal, so that's a win. All right, we've hit our count for today, and I have something very exciting that's been distracting me this whole time that I'm about to go get from my doorstep. So make sure to watch that video. It's probably gonna come out after this one, but I don't know that for sure yet because I don't know. It's a mess, but I think NaNoWriMo Day 1 was interesting, to say the least. I didn't write 1,291 words necessarily, but I did write, well, technically it says I wrote 1,323, but I didn't because I had already written like 800, so you can do the math on that. I'm not going to, but I actually managed to get back into the chapter in an okay way. I know I need to do a reread at some point, but it's just not going to be today. And yeah, I reread the chapter up until where I was at because that felt necessary. But yeah, I'm about to go and hopefully improve my day a little bit, but it feels really nice to get this done. So day 1 is complete. I can't believe it. Good morning. It is NaNoWriMo Day 2. Last year I skipped day 2. It was one of the days that I missed, and I low-key feel like repeating history. No, I'm not kidding. So I don't really feel like writing at all. I'm having a hard time with that. Relatable, right? No. But I did get a really surprising package yesterday, and it did motivate me in the moment, but then I had to go to work immediately after, so it kind of was crushed. So I kind of need to resurrect that. Maybe I will actually resurrect that before we get into writing, but I don't know. I've really been putting it off this morning. I did have other things to do, like I needed to shower, get ready, etc. But I really just don't know. Like, I was trying to listen to music while getting ready. Like, I was watching authortube, listening to music, trying to get like hyped up. It wasn't really working. So sorry if this is like unmotivating to you guys, but I'm just like a little lost with above. Like, I obviously know where it's headed, but the current part where they're still in the woods, it feels like I almost want to write it backwards from the end to now, because I feel like we've been in the woods for so long. And in reality, the chunk of the book where they're actually doing that is not very long. Like, it's not drawn out or anything. But I was even having a hard time yesterday being like, how does this chapter end? Like, after they talk, like her and Moth, after this and this. And I'm like, this is one of the biggest plot twists we've encountered yet that I came up with over a year ago. Like, and I forgot that that's how the chapter ended, you know? Like, I'm just so out of touch with the plot and the book, and it's sad because I don't want to be. I want to be super invested, so I'm like, should we take a whole day of NaNoWriMo just to do rereads, or is that a really bad idea? What I would rather is do the writing and then also do rereading every day or one night when I get bored, but I might have to like put it on my Kindle or something. I don't even know if that's possible. I know I've tried it before and no. Maybe my iPad or my phone? I don't know, but I do need to reread. Like it is essential at this point because I'm starting to like get confused, and that's just like so demotivating. Obviously, you don't want to be confused. So, I don't know, guys. I don't know if this is gonna happen today. I would really like for it to. I might just have to sit down and force my way through it. Yeah. I filmed a video yesterday when I unboxed that thing I was talking about. Why did the camera just shake? I didn't touch anything. My hands are quite literally in between my knees. There's a ghost. Anyway, I did like an outfit OOTD thing. So I thought I would do it again. Not that you guys care, but like that might have been at the start of this vlog actually. I don't remember. Whatever. This is the fit. It's kind of boring. But I need to get new jeans. These are the only jeans I have. Also, ignore the unmade bed. I don't really make my bed because my cat sleeps in this sheet and then I sleep in the not sheet part. Yeah. Yesterday I ended up going over by like 100 words, roughly, maybe a little less, but that's good at least, since I technically didn't write a lot of those words yesterday, but it was a good way to ease into it, and like I'm not mad about that at all. So now we are going to move into today. Honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna do this chronologically, but I'll update you guys later. I did create a new focus timer just because like I honestly kind of want to see how long this stuff takes me, and also it does feel motivating to like finish a timer. So I'm gonna start with 12 minutes and then I'll probably double it and do 24 minutes, and then we'll see where I'm at from there, if we need to do like 36 minutes or if we can just do another 24 minutes. I really don't know. Let's just pray that it's not 36. Okay, the 12-minute timer's up. We only managed to write 260 words. Fantastic. New timer is now set for 20 and or 24, I guess. So let's do it. All right, so now that we have finished the 12 minutes and the 24 minutes, I'm curious to see how many words we've written, just, I don't know, progress-wise, to keep track of, I guess, how fast I'm moving. I don't know. But I am currently standing at a total of 38,444 words. An angel number, beautiful. But I do need to input that into TrackBear, so let's do it. Okay, so I had guessed in my head that it was going to be around 800 words, and we actually are at 839 words, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, I'm going to take a little break to like just kind of get up and move and eat something, so I'm really hungry. But yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'm about 5% done the total goal, which is cool because it's only like not even the finished part of day 2. So anyway, I'm having a lot of fun actually. I finished the chapter, which was 17, and now we're on to 18, and yeah, that's great. I think these chapters are quite a lot shorter than below, but that's fine. All right, so I just finished another 24-minute timer. I've lost count of how many we've done, to be honest with you, but I do think I'm done for the day. My approach with this part of the writing today was I wrote the very beginning of chapter 18, I wrote the end of chapter 18, and then I'm writing some of the middle of chapter 18, and we will weave it together soon, tomorrow, most likely. But that is kind of how I would tend to write, is I move around a lot based on what I feel inspired to write. Oh, ignore that. We've been over this in many videos. But right now I was just inspired to write a conversation that happens at the end of the chapter where she kind of like asks Lord to like show her some things because she's a little bit sus. And this is from Lord's point of view, so we get to hear a lot of the interesting things going on inside of his head, because he is keeping a lot of secrets, of course, but they also just have some cute little dynamics, like hanging out at their camp, and I don't know, it's just nice. It's just nice. I like this chapter, and I feel a little bit more in a rhythm. A little bit, keyword. It's definitely an improvement from what I felt at the beginning of today and yesterday. Sorry if you hear my cats playing with their springs. The current total we're standing at is 38,999. Wouldn't it have been nice if I could have just written one more word and been at 39,000. Again, you can see we're slightly over our needed count for the day. We are 7% on the goal, and that's just really great. I almost did one of the things I'm most guilty of during NaNoWriMo, and that is pasting the next chapter's outline into the manuscript so that I have more words. But I didn't because I thought I would need that boost tomorrow, because the next chapter outline for chapter 19 happens to be very hefty, you know? Life hack. It of course ends up evening itself out anyway because all of that gets deleted and integrated into the actual writing itself, but it does help me in the moment to be like, I'm done my words for the day. No, you're not. But I didn't actually end up doing that, so yay me, I guess. But that's day 2. We did it. I honestly cannot believe we did. But somehow I keep surprising myself with this book, with this whole series, actually. Now it's time to turn this freaking ring light off. It's blaring into my soul. I did, in fact, turn off the ring light, so yeah, the lighting's changed a little bit, but I think it's really cool. I'm looking at my leaderboard, and I am so grateful for you guys who have joined, and it's so cool to see your progress, and a lot of you are already, like, really just like excelling with your goals, and everyone is, honestly. It's really cool to see. So yeah, I've been having a fun time feeling like a part of a little community here, and I love it, and I hope that your writing is going really well wherever we're at now when I post this. But what was I gonna say? What was I gonna say exactly? I don't remember. I had a point to make, but I can't remember what it was. Oh yeah, on here you can see like how many words you've written and then how many words you want to write, and like how many words you're ahead by or like behind by, I guess, if we want to be really real. And I have written a total of 2,717 words so far in just like the past 2 days, which like in reality is not a lot, but because I haven't been drafting, like having written almost 3,000 words of this manuscript in the past day is just really nice. And I think this disciplined writing time is something that is so necessary for me in finishing drafts, and I honestly wouldn't be surprised if in next November we were writing part of Beyond, just like this year, how I had written a good part of Above, and then now in November finishing it, I hope. Same deal next year for Beyond. I kind of think might happen. If I had my way, we would be done it in like March, but I don't think that's gonna happen. But anyway, I don't know. Yeah, this has been really fun, and I'm gonna stop yapping now because I feel like I could go on forever, but I know this video is already gonna be like a movie, so we're gonna just accept that. Hey guys, welcome to NaNoWriMo day 3, and honestly, probably the last day of this video, to be honest with you, because I've realized as I've imported the clips, like, over the past couple days and stuff, that, oh, what the hell is this? Ew. Clump of mascara on my desk. Anyway, I've realized that this vlog is like already like almost 40 minutes long, and it's been 2 days. Well, plus like Friday, which we talked a little bit on Friday, but like I feel like more NaNoWriMo vlogs, the better. So like maybe I won't do a whole week. Maybe I'll do like 3 days. The next 3 days, the next 3 days, the next 4 days. We might have to be posting them in December at that rate, but I don't know, guys. What do you think? What do you think? I also will probably skip several days of filming, like I did last year. Just like, you know, I'll do days 1 to 3. Maybe I'll skip days 4 to 7. I don't really know, but I'll still be writing. Rest assured. So today is Monday, so this is the first day that we've had like school and NaNoWriMo this year at least. But I, like last year, was able to write my NaNoWriMo during class. I very much cannot do that in this class today because my teacher's like super hardcore about like we're literally like in an activity at all times, you know, like I can't be on my computer. We're not allowed. So that's fine. I like this class. We have a very love-hate relationship, actually. It's a very important class to me, probably the most important one I've taken yet, and I've had a lot of interesting moments in it. Last class we had to write a line of poetry in front of the whole class on the whiteboard and have the teacher critique it. Yeah, safe to say that almost gave me a mental breakdown, but I survived. It's fine. So yeah, that's the class we have today. At least it's creative writing, so I'll be in the headspace. My plan is to write a little bit at the start of class because I usually get there kind of early, so I'll just write as much as I can at the start of class and then write more when I get home. I actually do probably have time to do a little bit now, but I won't get into it. I'll probably just do some more school stuff because like this morning I woke up, I went and I did a discussion post for this class, and I did all the readings for today's class, which was there was 3 of them, and ask me how I feel about that. Really bad. But anyway, that's what I spent the morning doing. Then I got ready for school. Now we're here. And I need to go make food before class, so there's not really writing time. Guys, I don't know how I'm gonna make it through this week. It's busy, and specifically Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are really, really busy in terms of due dates and stuff. I do have stuff due on Friday as well, so please pray for me. I'm also super distracted because I'm like, should I have done NaNoWriMo like not with a book? Like, I know I shouldn't have, but like I wish there were 2 of me because part of me is like I want to do NaNoWriMo with like short stories, which is so dumb. But like, because I don't like short stories, but I need like a portfolio of short stories I'm learning, and I really need them written. Like, I know which ones I think are the strongest in my ideas circulating my brain, and I would really like to write them. I am writing one right now for my class, but I don't know, it's not my favorite. Anyway, I do want to like probably do a master's in this, and that means that next fall is when the applications are due, like a year from now essentially. And I'm just like trying to start thinking about it so I don't have to like cram in fall semester because it's busy, you know? Next year, that is. And I'm like, should I have done NaNoWriMo where I like write my essays for each of these schools? No, we're writing a book. We're writing book 2 of the trilogy I want to publish. Anyway, it's like an internal conflict I'm having at the moment, but it's okay. Multiple things are possible at once, and I need to just take it one day at a time at this point and try my best to get my words done every day because I'm gonna be so grateful if I actually finish this NaNoWriMo. No more coffee. Before I go make food, I wanted to show you my outfit because I feel like I've been doing that like every day, so let's do it. Okay, so today we have this star little like zip up with some camo pants that normally would not be my style, but like I kind of just love them. Like they're like the woods. They remind me of my book, you know what I mean. So do these things match? I don't think so, but also I don't care. What are you supposed to wear with this camo print? I don't know. Anyway, I haven't had curly hair in a few days, so I'm like really happy that I have curly hair today. Anyway, I actually am loving that I've changed my mind on making this one vlog because I can yap a lot more and share my feelings with you and look back on them one day and be like, that was Fiona during NaNoWriMo, not jealous of her. I love you. I still have a lot to do before class, so I'm gonna go do that, but I will hopefully talk to you very soon with some writing. I'm not gonna film it in class though because that's scary. All right, friends, we are officially home from school, and I still feel like I should do more schoolwork, but that's not what you guys are here for. So we're about to do our daily writing, and I'm nervous. But I think today should go pretty smoothly. We're gonna try and wrap up 18 and then move into chapter 19, maybe? I don't know. I did a lot of plotting this morning. Like, I pasted some plot points over into the plot brainstorm chapter outline document, essentially, for my notes app. And that was pretty productive, I would say. Helped me get into the world and everything, so yeah. I'm overwhelmed by the amount there is to do in this book and on below. However, we got this. I need to relax and focus on one thing at a time. The positive of NaNoWriMo is it's the one time I allow myself to be not even really imperfect, just not care as much about the words I'm putting down. Like, I try and just let it come out of me rather than thinking too much, which I think is a good strategy. I mean, I still try and make it sound good so that when I go back over it, it's not like, oh, concerning. But I don't know, I feel like since I've just come off of revisions for below, like, I understand that things can have a lot more work done to them after. So while I'm trying to write it well, I'm not focusing on the perfect side of it right now, like, because that would just be too much. So we're just trying to get chapters down, and it's a first draft. It's fine. God, I feel like you can see it in my eyes how exhausted I am. Also, I think the brightness is up too much. Let me fix that. I'm still adjusting to this new camera style and everything, so yeah, forgive me. But I forgot to set a focus timer. I've learned that I probably should do that. It helps me to gauge when to input my words, or else I find I do it too frequently, which I recommend against because it makes you feel like you're chugging along. But I just inputted the first like 200 words I just wrote. I think it's going okay. I just strung together the bits and pieces of chapter 18 that I had written yesterday with some more like not filler but like, transitionary stuff of them like going from walking to being at their chosen campsite. But I am now transitioning it into a conversation between Juno and Lord that I've also already written, and it's going to be really impactful, especially considering what happens in the next scene and Jin's wavering trust towards Lord. So yeah, that's fun. I'm gonna set a timer for probably 24 minutes. I don't see why I would do 12 at this point, since I probably just did about 12 minutes, to be honest. So yeah, that's what we're doing. I also really want to post this video today, so there's a small chance I do that. I don't really know. I feel like it could be really inspirational for you guys, and also, like, I am actively seeking out NaNoWriMo November Writing Challenge, whatever you want to call it, content this month, like, this week, these first 3 days. Like, I'm seriously, like, striving for that community aspect of it. Like, I'm yearning for it almost, and I even want to do live streams, but I just haven't figured out how to work it into my schedule. To be honest, I really shouldn't be doing this right now. I should be doing schoolwork, but I am gonna make it work because that's just what I do. So at this point in the video, please do comment down below what project, if you're working on one, you're doing for this year's challenge, this month's challenge. If you're participating, maybe what your goal is, chapter-wise, word-wise, page-wise, time-wise, whatever you might be setting a goal for. And also, remember, you can join my TrackBear leaderboard, linked in the description box. So if you're interested in keeping up with my progress and your own in like a consolidated community-based little area of the internet, go ahead and join that. It's free, and yeah, I would love to share my progress with you and also see your progress because it's really admirable. It's time to flip the laundry and say hi to Vidya. It's not done yet. No, get out of there. Takes a lot out of a girl. Okay, now let's get back to it. Timer number 1 is about to run out, but it wasn't on the whole time I was writing, so keep that in mind. But we're at 807 words. I need to take another break to go feed my cats, though. Not mad about it because I need a break. Yikes. Wrapping up this chapter has been, guys, feels like this book, like, right now, because I'm so, like, out of it, is clawing my way through. Like, it's so interesting, and I love the conversations they're having, but I'm just, like, I don't know, find myself pulled in a million different directions today, so it's hard, but trying my best. Okay, guys, no timer, no nothing later. We have finished the words for the day. Let me share some stats with you before we close out the vlog. First, the chapter we leave off on for tomorrow is 20, called Lost and Found. I think I might have named a chapter Lost and Found already. That's besides the point. Anyway, it's going to be a really fun one to jump into tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to it a lot. I've been looking forward to it since, like, coming up with it for this book and knowing that it's coming. So that's fun. And I can't really say anything more about that without giving anything away, but I am looking forward to it. It's in June's perspective. Yeah, fun. Look forward to the next vlog where we do that. But I am at a total of 40,310 words on the draft. So that means we did in fact hit 40K in this video and in these first 3 days of NaNoWriMo. Obviously, we did not start, listen to me, we did not start with 0 words. I'm not crazy. You know how much we started with. It was like 36,000 or something. I think we've written around 4,028 words for NaNoWriMo so far. And that's pretty cool. Let me check the leaderboard. I'm in second place. Not that it matters, but I'm 10.4% done the goal, which is pretty cool considering it's day 3. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I really hope you liked this vlog. It's been a really long one for me, but also like super inspiring, and I cannot wait to look back on these vlogs one day. I also can't wait to hear about your progress so far in November, so make sure to share that if you feel comfortable with that and everything. But yeah, it's a time for writers to feel involved in a community that is doing something similar to them. So yeah, that's awesome and something I've always loved about this time of year. But I really hope you've loved this first installment. If you did, please don't be afraid to comment. I love reading your comments. It's my favorite, and responding to them. Okay, I'll give you the rest of your day in freedom now, okay? I need to go do groceries and my laundry. Fun stuff. Okay, guys, I love you. Bye. Happy writing. Happy NaNoWriMo November, whatever we're calling it right now. Okay, bye.